Testing, testing, testing. It's hard to hear all y'all over all these people in here. What? What y'all say? I can't hear y'all. Well, thank y'all for showing up and coming out. Thanks for the support. We're all here. I want to introduce our guest speaker tonight. His name is Kelly Fisher. He has over 20 years experience as a clinical hypnotherapist and relationship coach. He's the author of an upcoming book, Weight Loss from the Inside and Insider Secrets to Permanent Weight Loss. Please welcome Kelly Fisher.
How you guys doing tonight? Awesome. All right, so my goal tonight is to give you guys a little insight on human behavior and the whole interaction when you're meeting new people. Like you said, I've been a clinical hypnotherapist for 20 years. We're going to keep it light here tonight, no real therapy. I just want you guys to have fun, but get centered and know where you're coming from and just how human behavior works. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going just over four main points tonight. The first one, like the title of tonight, is how to bring your authentic self to dating. Now, authentic self, we're talking about your relaxed self, like when you're around your friends. We're going to bring that, we're going to center yourself tonight, and we're going to do a little visualization so you get everyone relaxed and centered before we start mingling. Step 2, self-esteem and self-worth. We're just going to touch on that just to know what's the difference between the two. And like I said, when you're meeting new people, your self-esteem, your self-worth, where's that balance come into play? One of my favorites is called high physicals and high emos. And what we're going to go through a little test to see where you guys land in that. It's pretty cool, so you know what you're bringing to the table again. And then we're going to wrap it up with the honeymoon stage. I think everyone's familiar, they've heard of the honeymoon stage before. So, you know, how much of your authentic self when you're dating is real and how much is the honeymoon stage and the percentages of both, okay? So you guys got any questions tonight? We're just going to go over some 4 basic points, give you little tidbits about human behavior just so you relax and have a good time tonight. So you guys got any questions, just shout them out. All right, like I said, authentic self to dating. What does that mean? Your authentic self is, like I said, when you're around your friends, when you're relaxed, when you're not thinking about what you're going to say. There's no roof chatter going on in your head. You just relax your authentic self. A lot of people think authentic self means your personality. Actually personality, it comes from the word persona, it means mask. So it's funny that our language that we use almost contradicts itself. You know what I mean? Because your personality is your mask. So it's going to be a combination of all the above. We're going to have the mask, we're going to have our authentic self, just so you know where you're coming from with it. It's a combination of all. There's no right or wrong answers here. It's just a little peek into how the human mind works and how human behavior works. So what I'd like to do is, right off the bat, I'd like everyone to just sit up nice and straight in your chairs. I want everyone I want a little visualization real quick of your authentic self. So just sit up nice and straight in your chairs. And I want you guys just to allow your eyes to close just for a moment. We're just going to center everyone just so we have a really good time tonight. So just allow your eyes to close for a moment. Now I want everyone just to take in a deep breath, as deep as you can, really deep. Fill up the lungs, hold it, and relax. Just relax into the chair for a moment. Let everything slow down so we have a really good time tonight. One more deep breath in, as deep as you can. Really fill the lungs up, hold it for a moment, and relax into your chair. Now I want you to visualize that you're with one of your best friends, and this is how relaxed you are. I want you to visualize you're talking with your friend right now. You're just having a good time. There's no extra roof chatter going on in your head. And I want you guys to bring that feeling into this room when we open our eyes, so everyone's relaxed and everyone's going to have a good time. I'm going to count to 3, eyes open. We're going to bring that relaxed, authentic self into this room. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, open your eyes. Everyone's relaxed. Everyone's their authentic self, yes? Nice. Visualize your friends, okay? All right. Self-esteem versus self-worth. Now, which one is more important? Does anybody know the difference? Which one's more important? Self-esteem, self-worth? You guys got a feel on that at all? It's like I said, the language we use is kind of funny because self-esteem, it's steam. It comes and goes with the pressures in your life, with things going on. So you never want to judge yourself if your self-esteem's low. You want to wait to your self-worth, which is who you really are, why you're here, why you're breathing oxygen. You're worthy of a great relationship. You're worthy of meeting new people. Your self-worth is your cornerstone of why you're here. Self-esteem, like I said, comes and goes. Sometimes it's really high, sometimes it's really low. And when it's really low, that's not the time to judge yourself. It's the time to center yourself, get back to your self-worth, your knowing of why you're here, and then your steam comes back. The pressures in your life go away and your self-esteem rises. So, very important to know the difference on those two. High physicals and high egos. This is one of my favorite ones. I went to Hypnosis Motivation Institute where I studied to be a clinical hypnotherapist, and they have a relationship book dedicated to this subject of high physicals and high emos. This is how important it is. And if you don't, like I said, just little tidbits, so when you meet new people and you're in relationships and you understand, the balance of the two, high physicals and high emos. Before I even explain it even further, this is kind of fun. I want everyone to get a feel of which one you are and by what percent. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit up in the chairs again. We're going to do a little test, a little high physical, high emo test right now, okay? So everyone sit up in your chair. I want everyone to hold your both hands out, palms up. Straight arm. Straight arm out. Sit up nice and tall. I want straight arms locked out. Now I want you to look at your hands. Look at both hands. We're going to get a visual of the hands as you close your eyes. And I just want you to allow your eyes to close. Keep your hands up in the air so we can really get the test. Good. Now allow your eyes to close. Perfect. Allow your eyes to close. And just relax into your chair for a moment. Now, I want you to visualize in one hand that I placed a very heavy weight. I want you to visualize the weight and pulling that arm down heavier and heavier and heavier. And I want you to visualize in the other hand, I just tied a giant helium balloon to it, and it's going up and up and up, higher and higher and higher. Now use the power of your mind. In that first hand, we just double the weight. I want you to feel that weight pulling the arm down. Feel the shoulder burning. Feel the weight pulling that arm down heavier and heavier. Now the other arm, we just double that helium balloon. Feel it going up higher and higher and higher. Rising in the air, rising and lifting, lifting and rising. And now, I want everyone to open your eyes and just look at your hands. Look at where they're at. Right? Big shift, high physical, pretty level. High emos over here. Not quite as high as the physical. What we do is high physicals. You guys can just shake it up. Just relax your hands. That was good. Good job. What that test does is the high physicals. It's funny when I've done stage hypnosis shows where before I pull people up, because we want the high physicals on stage. Because the high physicals, they act stuff out while they're thinking, even before they think. They just act stuff out. So the high physicals, when I did a test for stage hypnosis, I want people acting stuff out in hypnosis. So I just walk around and touch people's hands that are in the air. I pick the high physicals because I know on stage, when we do the ballerina dance or something, Michael Jackson, they're going to be doing it right away, The high emos, you go under hypnosis to the same degree, but the high emos, like me, I'm a high emo, just sit there and go, oh, I can feel the shoulder burning, but the arms don't move. Because you think of everything first, and then act it out. Now, one's not better than the other. It's just, all of this stuff is just human behavior. But it's really interesting to know when you're in a relationship, because as I had to explain to my wife when we met, that I'm a high emo and she's a high physical, and just, I think of everything first, and then you act it out. So you know a little bit about what percentages you are. So when you go into a relationship, not that I don't want nobody to pick out the high physical or the high emo, just to make sure you find the right person. But it's just very interesting to know the dynamic of the relationship you're getting into. All right, so like I said, I'd like to, the fourth point I'd like to talk about is the honeymoon stage. Everyone's heard of the honeymoon stage, yes? And why it's important for tonight, for our speed dating event. The honeymoon stage, so when, like we talked about, the mask, the persona, the, you know, like I said, none of this human behavior is wrong, it's just human behavior, but when you put up the mask, when you first meet somebody, and I first meet the high physical, it's natural to, your energy shifts, so now you're the high physical. Now I'm more physical because you're meeting somebody new and your energy shifts, so you're trying to be more like them, it's just natural. And when you're with somebody for a while, and anywhere from 3 weeks to a few months, all of a sudden, hey, you weren't that person I met. How come you're so different now? Oh, I'm me. Wait a second. I couldn't maintain that energy the whole time, you know what I mean? Now I'm me again. So it's just a very interesting dynamic as far as the honeymoon stage goes. And why it's important tonight is just because you guys, we're relaxed. We're thinking about our best friends. We're authentic, we know we have our mask, we know everyone has a front, because nobody knows anybody 100%, whether you're in a long-term relationship or not. So there's nothing to worry about as far as the dynamic of where your mask is or what level you're meeting somebody on. It's going to be an ebb and flow. Energy changes when you meet somebody, and then it just kind of fades away, and you kind of shift back to your percentage of your high physical and high emo where you're at. So we're going to do one more little visualization just to have a little fun before we mix it up and turn you guys loose. So again, one more time. Just everyone sit up in their chair for me one more time. We're going to have a little fun here. And just allow your eyes to close. Just one more time. Just shut it down for me so we can relax, center ourselves, and have a really good time tonight. Okay, now one more time. Deep breath in, really as deep as you can. Hold it at the top. And relax into your chair again one more time. Just relax, let everything go, center yourself. One more deep breath in, guys, as deep as you can. Really hold it at the top. Feel the pressure in your lungs and relax back into your chair now. Just let everything go. And I want you to realize that you guys are your authentic selves. You guys are here to have a good time. You're here to mix it up. And you guys know, with the little tidbits you learned tonight, the high physicals, the high emos, it's all natural behavior, and you guys are going to unleash and have a good time tonight. I wanted 1, 2, 3, I want everyone to open their eyes. We're all going to have a really good time tonight. You guys got any questions about our little tidbits tonight? You can talk to me afterwards. If you guys, I have an email list here. I put out a lot of videos, self-help stuff, and on meditation, on anxiety, to help you guys out. Any questions at all? Everyone cool with? Yep.
How would you run a test to determine if the other person has? Would you do the same test with them at the table? Hey, let's put your hand together. Or how would you go about that?
If you were dating someone and you wanted to know, or is that what you're asking? Yeah. Well, I mean, we do that specifically for, when I work with somebody, I want to know what they're doing when it's one-on-one. You know going in, I mean, you know all this stuff, but just seeing the visual just helps. So, yeah, I mean, you'll know whether, you're attracted to high physicals, you know what I mean, if you're a high emo. So just getting the language down, you kind of know that, but I mean, just knowing where your arms are at, it helps a lot when you go into a dating situation. But yeah, if the other person doesn't know, you can run the test on them. Visualize the heavyweight. No, high emo, damn it, we're not a match. She says, what? What do you mean we're not a match? What's emo? Is that a doll from Sesame Street? What are you talking about? Never mind. I'm looking for a high physical. So yeah, you can do it for fun, but you'll understand the dynamic. I just know I'm a high emo. I know I'm attracted to high physicals. That's just the way it works, Any more questions?
Do emos ever get attracted to emos, or is it always?
It is by percentage. Some people's hands were really high physical, but I mean, if you're here, and here it's like 60-40, instead of 70-30. So it is by percentage, but it's usually one side and the other side. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot more obvious when someone's really high physical. When I was doing some private practice hypnotherapy, I was working with a woman, and she was talking about her husband and her life and everything, and just talking on and on and on. I said, your husband doesn't say much, does he? She goes, how did you know that? He's a high emo. That's just the way it works. You know what I mean? So it's actually in relationship counseling, it takes it takes a toll on people because, you know, why aren't you talking to me? Why aren't you responding to me? Why aren't you? That's not the way it works. You know what I mean? They don't not love you less. They don't care about you less. They're just internalizing everything. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of relationship problems where somebody's trying to drag the other out of somebody, or if the high physical, is she gonna stop talking? I mean, you know, so it's you know, it messes with relationships sometimes. You know what I mean? Because you're wired that way. It's the way your brain is wired. I'm a thinker. I always think, and then I say something. You know? So that's the way that works. Any more questions, guys? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, if you'd like to sign up to my email list, you know, like I said, I'm putting videos out all the time. We're going to unleash you guys, have some drinks, have a good time tonight. Ion always puts on great events. Thank you for having me out here. And yeah, you guys, there's love in the air. You guys are unleashed. Let's get some cocktails going. Thanks, guys. Oh, he's still walking around like that. His arms are stuck. Where my physicals at?